I was this one day hanging out with my friend, and we were discussing a lot of things, and there was this one discussion that went quite deep and philosophic. Thinking about these deeper meaning things in life and our own control of it, our own part of it, and what is our own egos and minds part of this everything. You probably have heard about term free will, our own ability to change the circumstances and future on our own decisions. But then there is that also that aspect which you have probably also heard, that everything happens for a reason, and there is always reason why certain things go and happen like they go. And these two aspects are kind of contradicting each other. Because if you are truly believing that everything happens for a reason, then there is not at all space, the freedom of movement on your own will, on your own contribution. In the Bible, in Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 8, it is said that Lord himself goes before you and will be with you. So this verse 2 tells a lot also, that your future is kind of already determined. And based on that, your own decisions, your own free will can't change the future that is going to happen. If you think about yourself, there is a reason why you are what you are. All those your possibilities and what you can do and what you cannot do. That is the Holy Spirit inside you, the God inside you, that limits your own possibilities and on your own scope of new movement in your life. So in that sense, everything is predetermined. Everything that you do and decide is already determined, placed and known about. before even it happens by your creator. So when you start to understand these things really, it is a quite a humbling experience that I really think that we all should face in some point of our lives, either in this or on your later lives places. Of course, these things are really hard to digest and understand for me and for all, because our minds and egos we want to always value ourselves and think that we are something special and that our own contributions and our own doings creates the achievements and rewards and everything that we achieve in this life. But in a kind of sense, we are like a free passengers in this life and spectators. We are feeling and experiencing this life path. And that is the only our own contribution and what we can take account of, pride of, credit, that everything that we have gone through and faced and felt, that can't be taken away. But everything that happens and what you will achieve and go through is not your because of your own doings, your own thinking. This all is thought and determined before you by your creator. Because end of all, our own understandings are just so limited. And you can't really know what will happen if there wouldn't be any plans, higher plans, or control outside of us that knows better that what would then happen if things wouldn't be like they are. You can of course try to make yourself believe that you have the control that you can, or that you can change your future, take control of your life. But if you truly think about these things, you can understand that you can't truly do that. For example, I have my free will. So basically I could jump down off the bridge from the bridge if I really wanted to. But then, if you really think about it, I just can't do it. I can try to make myself believe that I can do it. But deep down, I really know that I just can't do it. It is not possible. There is no outside conditions that prevent me. But it is myself, my mind, that is preventing me to doing it. And then, if you think about where your mind and these thoughts that are preventing you to doing that comes from, well, those come from your Creator, your God, that is all-knowing, that is control of everything. So after, when you think about these things, you can truly understand that you don't have the control of your life that you really think about that you have. What was the conclusion that I end of the all come up with my friend when we were discussing of these things was that at least on our own lives we have this predetermined life path that is going to happen, this certain line that we are following, that there are these certain checkpoints, things that must happen. But then there was this discussion about how strict this line have to be in your life. Can there be something, some movement space around it? The only important and necessary thing is that those certain things, important things, checkpoints will happen. But then you have this own little movement space and free will in your life to do certain things. But the condition is that these things will not destroy that future life path and direction and line that you are going. So long as you just do things that is not too harmful and destructive to that predetermined life path that you have been decided, you can use your own free will, do your own choices and do your own contributions. But end of the all, the final say and word, the control of your life is outside of you. on your creator. Of course, we can't know exactly what is the truth. This is just what we were discussing and understanding in that moment. And I think that these subjects are something that we, all of us, will face in certain part of our lives when we enhance, develop enough in our spiritual journeys. Because end of the all our goals, all of us, is to achieve that pure version of us, that luminous version of us that once was where we started, what was meant to be, without anything external that not belong in us, without those things. And in order to that happen, we have to get rid of those egoistic things, thoughts in us. And in order to follow the path that our God created for us, that is for the best of us, that is the best route, the best possibility for us, that can't be happening until we can give full credit to God and release our ego, accept certain things in our lives and everything around us. And one huge part of it is understanding all these things that I have been talking in this video. When you understand these things, you no longer can take credit of anything, only about what you are feeling and have gone through. You are just thankful, grateful that you can experience these things, follow this predetermined path, this beautiful, wonderful path that you have the possibility to go through, and give the full credit, honor and praise to God. To be that advertisement sign wherever you go of God's abilities, who He is and how wonderful He is, capable and great He is. When somebody comes to you and asks from you that how you do it and how you become it like you can just say that because of my Creator, my God. He allowed me to go through these things and become who I am today and always going forward, taking care of me. And because of him achieving all these wonderful things that I never could myself do or achieve. I myself am every day more grateful of everything I have and I am. I see the value and all the good in me, how I have developed, moved forward and changed for the better. Not because of myself, but because of God and how great and loving and generous He is. And when you truly can get rid of your ego, that is something quite special to achieve, something different. Of course, I am not there yet, but we're moving towards that. And that is most important. But you have to learn to give the credit to who it belongs. You can make yourself believe that you are something really special because of your own capabilities and your own contributions that you have created and done. But until you can get rid of those thoughts and beliefs, you can't achieve certain freedom and everything that was meant to be something beautiful and lasting. Just enjoy this life and possibility that you have, the life journey story that you have been wrote and created. Of course, I can only speak for myself, how I see my life and what I've gone through. But this is just how I see these things and what I believe to be true and good. I hope that you have understood something, at least that I have been talking in this video. it went kind of deep and hard to express with my limited English capabilities. But try to see what is really important and what is the true truth in this life. Try to always search that honest, pure light, luminous version in you. Always growing and moving towards the better. That is how this life, everything was designed. And you will get there on your own time, your own pace. That was meant to be. So, in that sense, don't worry. Just live and enjoy this experience. Thank you so much being with me again. It's always a pleasure, happy to give and help in some way possible. Thank you and take care.